Hi everyone, and again, thank you for having me. I want to talk about two subjects that are near and dear to my heart today. One is broadband, and the other is another huge opportunity that we have in Delta County, and that is to develop local renewable energy facilities in our county. So first, I'm really excited about where we are today with broadband. You know, if I came here a year and a half ago, I would have had a very different presentation. But today, I'm much more enthusiastic about where we are. And let me start off by asking, how many people in this room do not have a broadband connection at home?
Oh
Okay.
my God.
Great. I'd like to give kind of a state of the union on broadband across the country. We're in the midst of a massive transition where the old telephone networks that relied on copper, wire in the ground and on poles, are going away, and they're being replaced by what's called an IP network, which is a digital network that can transport any information, voice, video, broadband, whatever. So this transition is happening at an enormous rate in the cities and the major metropolitan areas in the U.S. And if you followed what happened in the press, a few months ago, the FCC redesignated broadband as a public utility, and that's a huge change for us. They also changed the definition of broadband, saying that it's 25 megabits per second service down and 3 megabits up. And in that one fell swoop, that meant that no one in Delta County currently has broadband service. So think about that. So the good news, about a year and a half ago, Region 10 applied for a broadband planning grant. We engaged a consultant that designed a middle-mile broadband network for Delta and Montrose counties. Subsequently, we applied for a broadband construction grant that was awarded, and so we have a $5.3 million grant that will be used to build a middle-mile network which will connect the internet backbone to our community anchor institutions, and these are the hospitals, schools, libraries, police, fire, town halls. So that effort is underway. There's a second step that's very important for us, though, and that's how do we get high-speed broadband over fiber optic facilities to every resident in Delta and Montrose counties. And that's a very, very large issue that DMEA is weighing currently to see if, do the economics make sense, and is this the right thing for DMEA to do? So that decision hasn't been made, but we're looking very favorably at it. So then let's move on to what I think is an enormous new opportunity that's come up in the last 6 months. You may be aware that DMEA secures its wholesale electric power from Tri-State Generation and Transmission in Denver. Tri-State is a large organization that has, $1 billion or more worth of transmission and power plant infrastructure that makes the power that we use. DMEA takes that power, paying about 7.6 cents a kilowatt hour for it, and provides it to you. Well, we also have enormous opportunities in Delta and Montrose counties to develop our own local renewable generation. And we are under a cap with Tri-State where we are, based on the all requirements power contract that we have, we can only generate 5% of our power locally. And with our South Canal hydro facility, we were right at that 5% cap. So a few months ago, we filed a petition with the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission asking for permission to develop our own local generation, and we were given the go-ahead. So DMEA is now looking at opportunities to bring what are called qualifying facilities, local renewable generation plants online to augment our power supply. And this is a beautiful thing for us because it would allow us to lock in a lower cost of power over a longer period of term and combine low-cost power with fastest broadband in Western Colorado, and I think we have a killer app that could really help the economic development for this whole region. So what I ask is, what can you do? Please be an activist. Voice your support for broadband. Voice your support for local generation, because the more that our local populace asks for these benefits, the more the organizations that can deliver them will work on the problem. So thanks very much. It's a very exciting time.